It's Wednesday night.
None of us are in New York, though.
Are
Which
any
was
of us alive, though?
Not on the inside, but on the outside, sure.
God damn, I need to trim my beard.
Nah.
All right. I should have asked this before going live. Who wants to go first? Who doesn't want to go first?
I'll go
I
this
have-
time because my
I
game
have
is-
literally no preference.
No, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go first. I'm going first.
Yeah.
Anybody feel good about being a closer?
I could be a closer.
All right, David's the closer now.
So you get coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, got the order all set. You guys ready for the countdown? Ready to rock and roll?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. David?
Yes.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? It is Game That Tune back in the house once again. It's ya boy, John Harrington here. We got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We've got Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Hey.
And we've got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
Hey, guys. Johnny, I think you need to share your Coke with the rest of the group, man.
Listen, it's an episode about lava. I'm coming in hot.
They're coming.
Coming in the hot. Wow. Geez, you threw me for a loop. I wasn't expecting such energy at this stage in the show. That's fantastic, John. I appreciate that enthusiasm. You look itchy. You're moving a lot. Yeah. Are you on methadone? Anyway, this is Game That Tune, the fantastic video game music guess a game show. We've each brought 3 songs from a game. We're going to try and guess each other's games based on the songs, a little bit of trivia. We're going to goof off, have a lot of fun. The winner at the end of the night picks the theme for the next episode and plays some bonus tunes. And Johnny already tipped the hand on the theme for this week. I won last week's show, and I picked Lava. That's right, games with lava, liquid hot magma, molten rocks. I gave every possible way for this theme to not be controversial or confusing, and something tells me, based on John's level of excitement, that he's chosen something really stupid, like Cooking Mama, where you make a chocolate lava cake or some such thing.
Shut up. That's a good one.
I mean, I always expect Johnny to circumvent the theme in a creatively stupid way, and he seldom does. But somehow I still pegged him as the guy that does that. So
Can we change the order so I'm not the closer now? I need to adjust my game.
I apologize, David. I forgot you were the foodie of the group. I'm trying to think of any other way you can fuck up a lava theme, and unless Johnny just picks a theme with like a firm rock, a non-molten rock.
The problem here, John, is that I do love to subvert the theme, but then you throw out an even better subversion than what I came up with.
See, that's the beauty of it. So I'm hoping you just stuck with the theme. I come up with a subversion of the theme so stupid that it makes your stupid idea seem just boring by comparison, and then you have to be like, fine, fuck it, I guess I'm playing just a game with a lava level in it like the rest of you guys. Jeez. But yeah, I think we got a great game coming, or a great show coming up, because there's some classic lava tunes out there. A lot of everybody's favorite levels are lava levels. I mean, they're memorable. They're not difficult at all. There's no consequences in them. You don't fall into anything and die. Lava levels are just fun and fancy free. Am I the only one that feels that way?
What games are you playing?
I'm trying to think of my favorite lava levels. I'm thinking of Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2, fucking Aladdin for the SNES, where you fly in a carpet. I mean, it's nothing frustrating about it at all.
No, that's the most easy breezy level in the game for sure.
That's the thing. It's gonna be an easy breezy show, Johnny. I couldn't have put it better myself. So yeah, we've got 5 fantastic games coming up. We got a great fan request, and Johnny, I think you just have to step to the edge of the volcano and drop us in there for game 1.
Game 1.
Blink, blink, blink.
There it goes. Okay, guys. So, the protagonist in the Super Nintendo version of this game was a wizard. In the Sega Genesis and Sega CD ports, he was changed to a weasel. Wait, I'm so sorry. Did I say protagonist or antagonist?
You did say protagonist.
Antagonist was changed from a wizard to a weasel. Sorry.
That makes way more sense. I don't know any weasel games.
All right, guys. Who's got some answers?
Oh, boy, do I.
Waiting on David. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
I'm so upset because I feel like I should know this.
Nah, you probably shouldn't. All right, so David drew a very detailed penis. That's pretty good. John said, I am Weasel. Incorrect. And Jesse wrote the correct answer of Radical Rex. This is Radical Rex, released for the Game Boy, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and Sega CD.
Well, on the Game Boy, it was Baby T-Rex.
Yes, yes. Although I think
I sure hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
I think Game Boy Baby T-Rex, I think it was still Radical Rex in the US, but then Baby T-Rex in Europe or something like that. I don't know. I have seen there is a prototype of this game called Baby T-Rex for the Super NES. So at some point they changed it, I guess, and maybe by the time I got to Game Boy, there's like, fuck it. Like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, Baby T-Rex rings a bell more so than Radical Rex, because I believe ages ago, many moons, on an early episode of Game That Tune, you selected the unused theme song to Baby T-Rex as your bonus music. And I was like, well, that game sounds fucking hilarious. It's just somebody going, baby, baby, baby T-Rex. And I'm like, that sounds 90s and fun, like it's a T-Rex baby. You know, I'm into that. So if this game's half as fun as that song, then it's a bop of a game.
Yeah. I kind of want to break tradition a little bit. I have a 38-second bonus track. It's from
You didn't win the show, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
I think it's worth hearing.
It's game one.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
you can't break the tradition yet.
Okay, we'll see what happens. So yeah, this is
We'll find a time to put that in. Maybe when you win the game, which you're so prone to doing. If only there was a set time during each episode of Game That Tune in which someone could play a bonus tune.
All right. So yeah, this is Radical Rex. It's a very strange, interesting game. Like they made some weird choices. So this definitely came out in that whole like mid-90s. Everyone's making platform games, right? You got Bubsy. You got I don't know, some other shitty platformers.
First and foremost, Bubsy.
Bubsy. Radical
Johnny, you're all
Rex.
fucked up.
Awesome Possum.
Awesome Possum.
Arrow the Acrobat.
You're
Yep.
the Acrobat. Freedom Planet.
That squirrel spinoff of Arrow the Acrobat. Kamikaze, I think. or whatever.
Zero.
Zero.
the Kamikaze Squirrel.
Yeah.
Kamikaze Squirrel.
Are we
Earthworm
not going to
Jim.
mention Sonic the Hedgehog or?
No, because those are
Who?
good
Okay.
platformers. This was from the era of
Johnny,
like,
where's the hot take sound? It should be happening frequently in this episode.
Hot take.
Hot take, Sonic good. John Regan. Jeez.
Yes. So this game is strange. Like you go through,
No, I think you just said it's not strange. There's animal platforming mascots just popping up left and right. What's so strange about this Radical Rex?
I think some of the choices they made. Like
Have you
one-
played it?
No, but I actually did a little bit of research into this one.
Gas.
I like how you could start to hear the yeah, and then it's like yeah, no.
It seems like the kind of thing that Johnny could have falsified a memory for. He could have inceptioned himself. I mean, like, yeah, I rented this once. Not the second CD version, of course, but like,
Right
yeah,
on
sure.
skateboard. You're a
What was that,
dinosaur,
made of
there's
money?
lava.
Dinosaur on a skateboard. I definitely played this. I was a rad fucking dude, and I was a rad enough dude to save the president. Oh no, shit.
Sometimes he's a baby.
That's
You
a
know.
different game.
But only in Europe.
It's a dinosaur that breathes fire, which I
Dope.
don't think is historically accurate. I
Okay,
think
so
that-
it's a dragon.
it's a dragon. You
What's not historically accurate about dragons, John? I'm not following.
There's Komodo dragons.
Mm-hmm.
there's-
Just because they went extinct in
Boom.
Westeros and had to be birthed from those 3 eggs, and doesn't mean they weren't real, John.
Spoilers.
So a thing about this game I found interesting is there's no bosses for the first 5 levels. You play through 5 levels, and then you fight the weasel / wizard, depending on what version you're playing, like the main antagonist.
I wonder
And
why
what
they
version-
changed that. That's
version
so
did you
weird.
And then you play back through the levels with different layouts, but you go back through those 5 levels. This time there's a boss at the end of each one, and then you fight the weasel / wizard again at the end.
Huh.
Yeah, that's weird, right? Like that's
sounds
why did they
lazy.
do that? What?
So I don't want to like harp on this point, but I just want to go back to some games it's a wizard and some games it's a weasel. Like, did the development team say like we need to differentiate between the two versions? What else starts with W? Like
Right.
Wombat? Nah.
what other connection is there between weasel and wizard? Like weasels are not magical. Wizards are not slender and furry. Like,
But I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, what like which one does it make less sense to have as the boss of a dinosaur fire-breathing skateboard game? Like a wizard or a weasel? Like what threat does a weasel pose to a fire-breathing skateboard dinosaur?
Yeah, he's
I mean,
fucked.
Yeah, he's-
I imagine like the wizard makes less sense to me just because like dinosaurs went extinct and then small mammals grew and dominated the planet. It's like, so I could see a dinosaur being afraid of a weasel, but like
that's
a
actually a very
wizard.
funny
But
point.
if he's a dragon, then wizards battle
Even if it's a
dragons all the time.
dinosaur, like, unless it's, I mean, I do find it funny the idea that like the next mammal is like the first mammal is the next stage of evolution, and therefore it's like the boss of the dinosaurs somehow, even though it's completely non-threatening because he's a dinosaur and it's a weasel.
I'll
like-
drop another asteroid on you.
And that's the thing. Like, the only way you lose is if during the fight with the weasel, the ice age hits. Like, oh no!
Oh
So-
man, can we
The
get a
Ray
modern like,
Romano.
can we get a modern reboot of this game that's like Majora's Mask where you just like see an asteroid in the distance slowly getting closer and closer?
Mm.
Hell yeah. God, they should make a Dinosaurs, the ABC sitcom version of Majora's Mask. But you can't escape it. Like, there is no reversing.
Jim Henson.
It just ends. Like, oh, okay. Well, I guess
What if
Not
I
the
told-
Zelda.
I was gonna say it's like, oh, it's like Dinosaurs on ABC, but you can't escape it. It just ends. Like, John, did you watch Dinosaurs? Like, that show has a very famous depressing ending.
that's why it's perfect for Majora's Mask. The point is, you take the hope out of Majora's Mask, and you got dinosaurs, baby.
all of the hope in Majora's Mask, a famously optimistic game.
I mean,
Now-
as long as you know that song of time.
What if I told you that the weasel is a wizard?
Whoa.
That
Whoa.
the weasel has all the same powers and moves as the wizard. It's basically
Oh, I
like
mean, that
a
makes
ROM
sense
hack.
because it's lazy, yeah.
Like they just changed the sprites out.
Could it be some kind of like transliteration between like Japan and America, where it's like, you
No.
program the final boss is a wizard. It's like, say weasel? I don't. What is the character here? Weasel? Why are we reprogramming the game anyway? Shouldn't this be finished?
They changed the opening script a bit too, because with the weasel version, he shows up and says like, "All right, I'm casting a spell on everybody. It's now the mammal's time to shine, and I'm gonna make all the
Okay,
dinosaurs
see?
fight each other."
Right. Bingo.
wizard
That's
shows
how
up.
dinosaurs would extinct.
The wizard shows up and says, "I'm gonna make all the dinosaurs fight each other, so that the
It's
mammals
not
can
mammal time.
rise." Like it's the same plot, but one's a wizard, one's a weasel. I don't get it.
That's awesome. I mean, awesomely stupid, but like seriously, like, and of all the things to change, why change it? Like,
And they changed the name. Like the wizard's name was Sethron, and the weasel's name is Scritch.
okay, well.
Again, like it's a weird choice. So
Is he in that game Scritchin?
That's it.
Scritchin!
Oh God,
there's
that's
a few,
the undeveloped sequel to this. They thought this was going to be a hit. There was going to be this whole scripted universe. Didn't happen. Ay.
yeah. And otherwise, they're almost the same. I think the Super Nintendo version has the better animations, but the Sega Genesis has the better colors.
Right.
The Sega CD
Sega
has
CD version obviously has the better
the
soundtrack.
best soundtrack. It's so good.
God, I love it, man. It was 90s as hell, baby. But yeah, no, I mean, I've seen little bits and pieces of this game before. I think, isn't there a level where you actually get swallowed by a larger dinosaur and the entire level is you like navigating its intestines?
Yep.
That's fucked up, man. 'Cause-
Did they rip that off from Bonk? Because I think you do that in Bonk too.
Uh-oh.
Time to make some calls.
Yeah. Oh man. They don't want to fuck with Bonk's lawyers, man. Those guys are litigious. But yeah, I mean, maybe they did do that in Bonk, but I don't know. It seemed like a funny idea in this, like just bouncing around in them guts and just gross. But yeah, what a fucking pick, man. So I mean, I love it. Frankly, it's it sounds no pun or play on words intended. Sounds pretty goddamn radical, dude. You're a dinosaur breathing fire on a skateboard. I can't say that enough. That's great.
That inside the dinosaur boss fight is basically you just using your fire breath to give that bigger dinosaur an ulcer, and then you get
fucked.
yeah.
Oh man. I mean, yeah. What do they? Is there like a cutscene showing how you escape that dinosaur? Like, do you run out its ass? Like, I'm really thinking on this. Like, how do you in a children's game have a character get swallowed by a large creature, have a level taking place entirely inside its intestines, and not have shit everywhere, or have to tell the kids like how did Radical Rex escape this fucking creature? Like, what? I mean,
there are cutscenes throughout the game. I don't recall how he gets out of this dinosaur. I assume he just gets like not barfed up, but he runs out the mouth, right?
Gotcha.
I think that's how he does it.
He doesn't. The larger dinosaur doesn't go to like a doctor and have someone like milk his prostate.
No, I'm sure there's a director's
Whoa.
cut version of that where you get a great view of the dinosaur's asshole and Radical Rex coming out of it.
I don't
It's like the rhino scene in Ace Ventura 2.
Yeah.
I don't think milking a prostate does what you think it does, John.
No.
Hey, I don't think that a fire-breathing dinosaur could survive that long inside of another dinosaur. So I don't think it's important, David.
I don't think a dinosaur breathes fire, guys. So none of this really is important.
Like,
If
I
you
guess,
crawl around in the intestines long enough, eventually the other dinosaur is forced to come Radical Rex. That's just how it works.
Do dinosaurs have prostates?
they
That's
do
a-
now.
Is that the episode title?
Game
One
2.
Yes. Radical. Bear with me 1 sec. I forgot to pull my trivia back up after I had to restart my computer at the beginning of the show. Okay, so this game features a rather limited move set and is one of the few games in the series in which the player cannot double jump, triple jump, fly, or grab objects. right, who's feeling great?
I'm feeling pretty good.
No,
Good.
not good.
Oh, Jesse, not good. David, good.
I know
David,
this.
angry.
I know this, and I think I'm wrong, and I'm gonna be so pissed when I find out what it actually is.
I bet. Oh yeah, look at that. John said, "Scritch and Dick." Jesse says Lavos, and David says Yoshi's Crafted World. Sadly, incorrect. Johnny, we all got it wrong. Play that sound.
Welcome to
Oh,
Game
shit.
That.
I'm gonna be pissed too because I know that last song.
That's why I'm just drawing it out, baby. I hate to inform everybody that this is a fantastic entry in a long-running series. It came out of the Nintendo 3DS. A return to a certain land, if you will. This is Super Mario 3D Land.
God
whoa,
damn it!
whoa!
We
You
haven't
said you
used
can't
this?
fly.
No, you can't.
What about the fucking bee suit?
It's not in this game.
Yes,
That's
it
in
is.
Galaxy.
That's Galaxy,
Not
baby.
Super Mario
I-
3D Land.
I could have swore there was a bee suit in this game.
No, it's
That
all about
last song is
Raccoon
one.
Tail.
That last song is one of the world themes, isn't it?
It is. It's like Special Course 8.
Damn it! I knew it.
Very
Oh.
late in the game, Special Course 8.
I almost fucking wrote that down, and I was like,
Yeah.
no, there's the bee suit.
No, the big kicker in 3D Land was the return of the raccoon tail, and you couldn't use it to fly. You could just use it to not fall so fast.
And it was after you beat the game, you got like a special version where you could turn into the statue.
Yes, I believe they call that the statue leaf in the game. I'm like, just say Tanuki suit. Come on, man. Like, what's the matter with you? But yeah, sorry, David, and sorry, Jesse, and not so much Johnny. Johnny was never going to get this, despite being the most recent 3DS owner in the group. What a game, this Super Mario 3D Land. You guys got some fond memories of this one? Yeah,
I
'cause
liked it.
You.
I
I
mostly
really
remember
liked it, David.
feelings more than anything specific. It's like, this game was a blast. Think, John. Think of something specific to this game. Uh-oh. This kind of came and went for me, but I had fun.
One of the problems that I do have with this game, and I am gonna get to like stuff that I love about this game because I do really like it, is that like none of the worlds are themed. Like
Right.
all of the levels are just kind of randomly scattered. So it's hard to remember stuff because it's not like, oh, that one water world level where you had it's just like everything's kind of strewn. But
Remember that
There
level
are-
with the colorful blocks?
yeah, exactly. There are some really cool levels. There's the fucking like Zelda dungeon level. There's the one level where you're like it's all in 2D mode and you're running and all the cheaps are like chasing after you and you have to like jump over the bridge and everything. That was cool.
Dope.
Like, yeah, this is a good game.
It's a lot of fun, and it played with that 3D in a lot of fun ways, man. Mostly in just kind of like depth-based situations. Like, oh look, it's a stack of like 10 Goombas, and you jump on the little springboard, and the camera pulls out in a way, and you can really feel the depth when you're pounding down through all of them. Or they have those little like puzzle box rooms where you go in, and if you don't have the 3D on, it's like, okay, there's no way to get this star. This doesn't make any sense. And then you turn on the 3D and it adds that little depth. It's like, oh, now I can see the separation in the platforms, tricky, get to the little star coin or whatever. Like they had some fun with the 3D. And I feel bad for anybody that bought this on like a 2DS. Like I can't imagine that those little bonus games are very much fun without that 3D on. Like it's very specifically made to use that feature.
Actually, now that I think about it, that was another one of like those levels that really stuck out. Was you got like a propeller block and you went up into the clouds, and eventually you just like dove all the way down to the goalpost.
Yep, loved it. And they had like they would have the levels with like the stuff. A lot of the fun stuff was like stuff coming like background and foreground. They would have like the Bowser levels with like the big grinders are coming from the back. And you can kind of tell like which one with the 3D on, like which one's longer, and so where you can duck in and where you can duck out and stuff like that. Like they really had some fun with it. And yeah, the game was just it was kind of a blast. And one thing I really liked about it was the way it kind of leaned onto like Mario's history a little bit, not so much in like referential sense, but the little postcards you would get, kind of like teasing you that like, oh, Princess is in another castle. They were that fucking delightful Mario 3 box art style Mario. Like, I love that cartoony box art style, and they really used it in this game really nicely. They just send you like these unique little scenes. They would have depth in them and like shaking heads if you turn the slider up. Like, you know, it was relentlessly charming, and they just upped that even more with like 3D World, where they gave you the stamps and let you do your own Miiverse stuff with those styles. Like, you know, I love that Mario cartoony, you know, whatever you like. I feel like it's a distinct like artist that does those Mario drawings, and I could not for the life of me type the right combination of words into Google to get his name before, you know, doing this episode. It's like Super Mario box art artist. Nope, can't be found. But it's I think you guys all get the cartoon style I'm talking about. Like,
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I know the artist name, and I can't think of it, but I'm going to try to find it before we finish this segment.
Exactly.
Akira Toriyama.
Bingo! His name is Shiggy, my friends. How could we forget? But yeah, it's a super cool game, and it's got lava levels like all Mario games. You know, you got the Bowser Castle. Both those first two songs were Bowser Castle themes. That second song, very odd for a Bowser Castle theme, but I'm into it. The first song, actually, I believe, is the final boss theme, so the final Bowser battle. And you know, mercifully, this game doesn't have anything quite as terrifying as like New Super Mario Brothers, where Bowser dies a fiery death and comes back as a reanimated skeleton. Just typical happy-go-lucky kind of Mario stuff. Nothing terribly scarring in this one. It's nice. Yeah, and I like the style of it. I like the you know, everybody's, you know, real hard on or they're real keen on Odyssey now. But frankly, I liked kind of the short, you know, like kind of you know, just bite-sized 3D levels. I thought that was, you know, I thought it was really great. And I mean, obviously it works great on the 3DS, but you know, honestly, if they just wanted to make like a collection or something of like the Mario 3D bite-sized type levels, or like, you know, I don't know how you would do a 3D Mario Maker, but it'd be fucking dope. Like, I'd be.
That was actually one thing that I remember. Like when reviews were coming out of this game, people were talking about. It's like, this kind of feels like how 3D Mario would play if Mario 64 never came out, because it's still very much like point A to point B, like Super Mario Brothers style, but with a free roaming 3D version.
Exactly. Flagpoles are back. Gold, you know, the checkpoint flags are there, and yeah, it's just classic Mario levels, but with you know, fucking with a little bit of 3D to them. I think it's great. So, yeah, I don't know. I love Mario 3D Land. You know, the Mario 3D games are great, and you know, like I said, I would love to see another one of these at some point, because it would be perfect for Switch.
I was gonna say, I've got it. Yoichi Katabe. That's the artist who does that original NES Mario art.
Yes, shout out to Yoichi Katabe for the fantastic Mario artwork that is prevalent in this game, and is some of my favorite artwork. I've got 2 of his drawings tattooed on my back. So, you know, shout out to that guy. He makes the drawings I like. So Super Mario 3D Land, fucking delight. You know, tunes pretty distinct. Shout out to the composer Mahito Yokota, and you know, it's great, and I'd love to see it come back. And David, if you don't have anything else to drop in on this one with, then it's time to you know, just turn that 3D slider all the way up and go to game 3, parentheses D.
Game.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I'm sorry. No, I don't have anything to add. Mario 3D Land is awesome.
I think we called our episode title parentheses D.
Parentheses D, baby.
Game 3.
All right, guys. So the trademark holder of this game would not finance a re-release unless it was exclusive to their console, leading to the game's developers to use Kickstarter to finance a remastered version for the PlayStation 4, PC, and Nintendo Switch. How is everybody feeling about that one?
Not great.
Okay. Well,
I feel like it's one of two games, and I think I guessed the wrong one.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's a wonderful
Is this-
game. I want to shout out our fan request. This is our fan request for the evening. Thank you very much, Silver Nova, for the request. What a great request. John Regan says, points, please. It ain't happening, baby. We ain't getting that T-Rex theme on the game. David says Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Sadly incorrect, though. I think he picked up on a little hint of Star Wars something in that music. Jesse says Crash Bandicoot Trilogy. Also sadly incorrect. Johnny, play that three wrong answer sound again. Nobody was feeling very wonderful about this one. This is the Wonderful 101.
Have we ever played the all wrong sound twice in an episode?
I mean, we usually forget to play it once, so I'm guessing no, we have not.
No, Johnny, I'm really sucking tonight. Thank you for rubbing it in.
Way to bring it up, man. Oh man, this guy. Oh shit, David's leaving. Way to go, John. Now you have to talk about the Wonderful 101.
Okay.
Johnny, tell us what you know about the Wonderful 101. Hands up, no Googling.
Okay, well, so what I know about the Wonderful 101 is that the main antagonist is a woman who wants to make fur coats out of the 101 Dalmatians that are in this game.
How wonderful.
This is a rendition of 101 Dalmatians, I believe, as a video game.
It is.
And the goal of the game is to stop Cruella de Vil from, killing all the dogs, because that's what she wants to do.
Mm-hmm. Game's
And
staunchly anti-puppy killing.
yes, and you play as not one of the dogs. Surprisingly, you play as one of the dog owners from the original movie.
Yeah, I will give you $1 if you can name either of the owners of the dogs in the 101 Dalmatians.
Jake and the lady.
Lady and the tramp.
Oh my god. What a twist.
Yeah, Jesus, John, come on.
Two dogs own 101 other dogs.
The two main dogs in the movie have the most famous and memorable names. You couldn't go with Pongo and Perdita. You had to go with the humans.
Yeah.
The unnameable humans. So, Anyway, no, John, I'm sorry. That's exactly where I thought you would go with that, and it's unfortunately incorrect. The worst kind of incorrect. Nonsensically incorrect. The Wonderful 101 is a pretty cool game. In theory. In execution, I'm not sure how cool it is because I could not get into it. I tried, man. I had this on the Wii U, and this was going to be one of those killer apps. It's like, yeah, this game, I mean, it's like made for the Wii U. It draws shit on the gamepad. It's got a slick, anime, ridiculous aesthetic, and it's, Platinum Games as hell. It's got wacky action and wacky characters. I'm going to love this game. And, get ready with that hot take, Johnny. I didn't love the game.
Hot take.
Yeah. That's really what it comes down to. I tried. Jesse and or David, did you guys spend any time with the Wonderful 101?
I had a similar, I guess, reaction as you, John. I played it, and I kind of liked it, but just it never really clicked with me. Like aesthetically, it looked cool. I liked the abilities you could pull off.
The ideas are great,
but just playing it just felt kind of like, I don't know, clunky and not. Yeah. I don't know. I just.
I mean, that's the thing. It just wasn't very hot, man. Like, I like the idea. Like, you can make. You can chain together people and superheroes and make giant fists and objects out of them to fight giant aliens. I mean, it's got a little Green Lantern-ness to it, and it's got some really fun ideas. They just, in terms of actually being a fun game to play, I'm not sure that it ever came together. I feel like I have a distinct memory of like enjoying like the first 3 areas of this game and then being like, what happened? This game just got really, really hard. Like, suddenly you have to like learn like a deflect, like block move that requires like precision timing, it just wasn't happening. And it's like, what the fuck, man? I thought this was a game for kids where you play as colorful superheroes. What happened here? Like, David, did you get anything anywhere in this?
So, I definitely bought this game. I was excited because when you hear like platinum, like I'm fucking sold. And I had a similar experience, but a little bit different than you and Jesse, because I don't know that I got past the first level. Like, because it seemed like, oh, this is going to be great. Like, it's a platinum superhero game where you like can summon up all of these objects. Like, this is going to be awesome. But it was kind of like, hey, what if we combined the least fun parts of Pikmin and Okami?
Right.
I was like, okay, like
well observed. Yes, you gotta capture little creatures, in this case people, because you're just playing on a giant scale. You have to have a certain count of people to do things, and you have to draw on the gamepad or like using the stick to do things. Like, it's been years since I played this, but like I feel like there was one fight where like you had to form like a body part for a giant robot and like I couldn't draw the right shape.
It was a dick. Just draw a dick.
I tried to draw him a fist, and it's like, no, put the balls on that thing. But it just there were moments in the game where it's like it just like screeched to a halt because it's like, okay, what? Hold on, let me look up what fucking object I'm supposed to draw here, or like what like am I supposed to build it literally just like came rushing back to me. You had to draw a hang glider shape and like hang glide across this certain section, and like the hang gliding mechanic was all fucked, and it's just like this great ideas but not hot in execution, and it's just too bad because I feel like with just a couple different things, this game could have been a hit, man. This has got to be like famously not a hit. Like, they put so much into this, and it came out on the Wii U, and it came out late, and no one cared. And it's just like Nintendo still owns the rights to it, so they couldn't even release a remaster until they went to Kickstarter, and so now it's out for other systems, and people are maybe getting to enjoy it. But it's like, man, this thing, I thought this was going to be trapped to the Wii U just based on the complexity and confusion of those mechanics. Like, they would never bother to try and do those not using a Wii U gamepad, right? Like, oh no, okay, eventually they got it, but I don't know. There's so much to want to like about the game. I like the characters. I like just the absurdity of it. It deals in similarly, I want to say, like affectionate, kind of playful racial stereotypes to like the Punch-Out series. Like, maybe not even racial stereotypes, but just tropes and stereotypes. Like, you got your, you got Wonder Red, who's the main guy. You got Wonder Blue, who can make a sword. You got Wonder Green, who you can make a gun with, I believe. And he's fat, and he's got candy falling out of his pockets all the time. And it's just like, okay, that's a little bad on the fat people, but it's playful, and he's still a superhero. He's still a badass. He doesn't cost a team the mission or anything.
I grossly misinterpreted that. I thought that guy was not allowed near schools.
No, jeez, John.
Isn't and there also like Wonder White, who's a ninja?
Yeah, Wonder White, I believe, is a ninja. I think he has like claw mitts. There's Wonder Yellow, who's just a big Russian dude. I think they even call him like the Iron Ruski. There's Wonder Pink, who is the token female character of the group. And I'm trying to remember. She's like, I'm trying to think of the way to phrase this, like, I don't know, tastefully, but I feel like it's kind of. I'm just saying. She like, she's like, I don't know, vain. She like takes selfies and shit. I don't know what the word is, what the way of phrasing this is. I don't want to be like, she's a girl, so she wears pink and takes selfies.
She's an influencer.
Sure, let's go with it. Yeah, but it's fun. And there's Wonder Black, who's black. So they deal in some pretty broad cliches, but I think the game had the potential to be something that was a lot of fun, like just with a couple of little tweaks. I mean, seriously, you got like, it's like Power Rangers meets crazy fucking just wild Pikmin and Nintendo shit. Like, if this were just a little better, like, this should be a CG cartoon on Nickelodeon or something. Like, this should be more than what it was. This game should not have been a flop on the Wii U. This should have been a cool game. Like, you read stuff with the guys that made it, the Platinum Games guys, and they were putting fucking everything into this game. They were having, a blast making it, and the music's fantastic. You got a fucking crazy murderer's row of composers working on it, and it just didn't take. I just feel bad. So I don't know, man. I wish them success in like the re-release. Like, I want people to play this and enjoy it because it's got enjoyable things. But man, in my time playing it, that was the problem. It wasn't fun to play. I wanted to love so many things about it, and you just get right down to it, and it's just not that much fun to play. That was my experience. So I don't know, man. It's tough. I feel like I'm doing a little disservice to the fan request by not having a whole lot nice to say about it. There is lava. There's lava in some level somewhere. I can tie it into the
somewhere.
Theme. I was assured by Silver Nova that there's lava in this game, and I'm sure there is. I'm sure it's something wild, like the aliens are shooting lava cannons or some shit
out of their butts.
There's giant robots and aliens all over this fucking game. It's cool and just absurd, and I just want to like it so much more than it is able to be liked. So oh well. Shouting out the composers before we move on. Norihiko Hibino, Hiroshi Yamaguchi, Rei Kondo, Akira Takizawa, Hitomi Kurokawa, and Masato Kuda. Just a fantastic soundtrack. Just, it's got the anime influence, it's got the action game influence, it's platinum as hell. It's got a fantastic couple of vocal themes. They have like, I think 2 different vocal themes. There's the Wonderful 100, and then like when you join up with them, then it changes the theme completely into being the Wonderful 101 theme, and it's pretty fucking fun and silly, and I can't wait to get it into the radio. Like this, these are good tunes, and the game is cool. So best of luck in the future, Wonderful 101. I hope you continue to be a thing. And Johnny, let's just unite up, turn ourselves into a giant fist, and move on to the next game.
Game 4.
All right. So this game was made by like an 18-year-old, so that's pretty cool. And so though he was born after they came out, this dude was introduced to classic first-person shooter games like Blood, Heretic, and Doom by his father. And he was like, these games are freaking awesome. So I'm going to make a more modern version. And he tried to replicate the fast-paced action and complex levels in a new game, with like items and enemies rendered as billboarding sprites. Johnny? All right, gentlemen. The last track's so fucking good.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what you guys got. Oof. Oh, okay. So Johnny got it wrong with Hexen,
Ah.
and David and John got Project Warlock correct. This is Project Warlock.
Hey, he's on the board.
Yeah. Everybody's on the board except John Regan.
Damn it.
He really wanted that win.
I really want to play I'm playing my bonus anyway. Fuck you. I have them all loaded.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, Johnny, also a hint for Jesse's games. Pay attention to like what he streams throughout the week. He generally plays the game that he streams prior to the show.
He just played this yesterday, didn't he?
Monday, yeah.
Yep.
Monday.
I beat the
Big hint.
first episode.
Time is no meaning anymore. But
And typically I talk about how you guys don't know haven't picked up on it, but I guess two of you have picked up on it.
Oh yeah, we're getting there.
And,
We're learning little by little. Unfortunately, I did not see your stream of this, so I'm a little in the dark on this one. Though from the chatter I saw in our Discord, I'm hearing this game's pretty goddamn dope.
Oh my god, it is so much fun. I got it free on Twitch. You can, if you have Twitch Prime, you get like free games like every month. And so it was one I picked up, and I hadn't played it until you said the theme, and I was like, I wonder if this game has lava in it, and it gave me a reason to try it out. And so I tried it out. First level, there's fucking lava everywhere, and I'm like, okay, so far so good.
so
And then turns out it was fun as fuck. So it's like an old school first person shooter, and like, so it has all like, it's like a Wolfenstein kind of with like the 2D looking sprites, and they like, get closer. I think the billboarding effect is what you eventually came up with, Johnny, where the like they did in a Duke Nukem. But so like you just thrown into this world. There's like hardly any story, so more points for Johnny. You start with an axe, a throwing knife, and then you pick up like a mage staff, and then you start going through the levels. Eventually you find a pistol, shotguns, your typical, game weapons from back then, SMG, rocket launcher, crossbow and stuff. And as you play, you get like these little upgrade stars, and you can either use them to upgrade your weapons into other things. Like you can turn like your pistol into like a flare gun, or this other thing. You can make the shotgun like an auto shotgun, or a shotgun that is like more accurate and can shoot longer distances, stuff like that. You can upgrade your warlock staff. You can find magic spells and whatnot. And in its setup, there's like 5 episodes, and each episode has like 5 missions, and like there's different monsters in a different place, and they all look pretty cool, like for the the look it's going for.
Dude, the look I'm looking at now is phenomenal. Like,
yeah,
I love this style, man. So I can't tell because I'm just looking at screenshots, but like in motion. So is it all elaborate sprite work, or is it more like voxels where there's like
it's sprites?
Really?
Because everything looks like a fucking paper cutout almost. Like,
right? Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Like the guns look like they are, like, I don't want to say cell shaded, but like made to look like pixels, but are in like a 3D thing. So I was wondering, did they do like, was this a 3D game that they then just applied these as textures to? But if you're saying it's all just sprite work, like that's so cool looking, man. Like,
yeah, this art style is awesome. Like,
yeah,
I'm loving this.
And like all the monsters look pretty crazy looking, and they're different based on the missions too, or the episodes rather. So like the first episode's like in a castle like setting, so you fight in like skeletons and stuff like that. There's like succubuses. The final boss is this fucking tall ass skeleton wizard, and he has like a staff and can summon fireballs out of the sky. And like he has 3 forms. You can like shoot him up a bunch, and then his legs go away, and so he's just floating around. And then he can't do his fucking rain of fire, which is good. But then once you destroy that form, he turns into this big, floating, muscly torso that chases you down and like axe handle smashes you in the face, and you got to gun him down quick or he fucks your shit up.
Love
And one ability I got where I could throw dynamite but with magic. So I got to where I was throwing magic dynamite at enemies, which is pretty cool.
Wait, your throwing of it was enhanced with magic, or you somehow cast a spell upon the dynamite and threw it at things?
I think it's you use magic to throw it, so you can throw it further, and you don't have to wait for it to the fuse to. Because typically, when you have dynamite, you light the fuse and toss
Time
it.
that shit.
and with this, you just fucking fling it as far as you can, and it just blows shit up.
Sweet.
And stuff blows up into little chunks. It's pretty great. Little
Yeah.
fucking 2D sprite chunks.
Yeah, the game looks fucking cool. I'm glad to even know about this. Like,
It's on Switch.
yeah, good to know. Because it's I'm not super into first person shooters, obviously, but like this is the kind of thing where it's like, yeah, okay, I can wrap my head around this. Like, a little throwback, with slick pixel art. Like, yeah, I can deal with that. Like, I'm not doing a 200 gigabyte Call of Duty download anytime soon.
No.
But this I might download. It's looking pretty good.
I do recommend playing on casual first because you might
No,
get
man, straight to like super hard. All the way, doom it up, man.
it's pretty tricky, and having to start over after losing 3 lives gets a little annoying.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. Casual
But
it is.
if you play casual, you don't have lives, so you could just keep playing and stuff after you die, which is fine with me because it's hard enough as it is.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine beating that fucking giant skeleton wizard with 3 lives, to be honest with you. I'm not good enough for that. But it's fucking fun. The music's good. I know at some point I'm gonna have to go to hell because after you fight the skeleton wizard, it talks about you having to fight the devil and stuff. And then you go to Antarctica. And
All right.
the enemies there are real fucking crazy.
Secret other hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the North Pole, there's Santa. At the South Pole, hell.
Yeah.
Well, while you guys have been talking about this, I literally just bought this game on Steam.
Oh, good.
It's on sale for $4.20.
Nice.
And I watched, like, they had some video footage playing of it, and it looks like a Doom mod, which is like what I love, right?
Yeah.
It looks like brutal Doom, but with like a little bit more modern graphics going on. Like, it's still like clearly old school, but some of the effects that were happening were definitely like new style effects. I was like, this is right up my alley. You just play it. You don't have to give a shit. Like, I don't, like, you're talking about story or whatever. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I can just
No, there's no story. Like until you
Right.
fight the skeleton wizard, I had no idea there was a story. Like after you fight the skeleton wizard, and you're already three missions or 5 missions in, and then it's like, oh, while you killed the skeleton wizard, you realize you have to fight the devil, and it's like a paragraph, and that's it. And then you go to Antarctica. And
It doesn't need to be complicated. Like, it's Doom-esque. You're holding a gun or a weapon of some sort. There's a hideous monster coming towards you. What's my motivation? I don't know, man. Kill it.
yeah, it's gonna eat you.
Yeah. But who am I? Like,
Yeah, but
why am I doing this? To not die. Kill the other thing instead of it killing you.
it's you or him.
where did the monster come from? Does it have a family? Can we discuss our issues?
Right.
I'd really like to
Am
practice.
I actually the monster? Is it Shadow of the Colossus and I shouldn't be doing this? Like, no. Kill it.
No, you kill them all.
Kill
There's
everything.
a giant skeleton wizard floating and throwing things at me, but is he just angry? Should I examine my prejudice against giant skeleton
No,
wizards?
you SMG that motherfucker.
Kill that motherfucking skeleton. Yeah, Johnny. Great job. I think it's pretty obvious what you need to do, man. So, if you buy a game for $4.20, you got to have sex and play the game at the same time.
Yeah.
Ooh. Done.
So, yeah.
But yeah, the whole
Is
time I'm
420
playing it.
the sex number?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Did I get this backwards?
And
Yeah.
69 is the weed number.
Yeah.
Get it right, baby.
69 blaze it.
Mm-hmm. We're not gaslighting you, David. This is truth.
This is true.
So anyway, Jesse, anything else on Project Warlock, the newest game that Johnny's not going to play this year?
I really hope he does, because the whole time I'm playing it, I'm thinking, man, I feel like Johnny would love this game because there's no story. It's classic, like, homage to old PC games, which I'm sure he's played like 2 or 3 of those.
No, not Johnny.
Back when he was playing video games.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a great pick, man. Killer. So,
so
Johnny, when you get the chance, get in there and don't question anything. Just get down to killing. So,
yeah,
killing and fucking, baby.
If you're curious, check out my replay on YouTube or Twitch.
Yeah, do that. Watch whenever Jesse streams games. Again, we need to take somebody's advice from the Discord and do an at everyone when we go live for things.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
There's nothing wrong with pestering people that actually follow us to tell them to watch your streams. So hell yeah, great pick. And it's time, Johnny, to send us on to the next game.
Game 5.
All right, so a forum user suggested that the bells used to summon one of the characters in this game be called dingbats. The developer noticed this, officially changed the name to dingbats, and then sent that user merchandise. All right, gentlemen, who has guesses, answers, things written down?
I got an answer. I have the answer.
Okay.
We'll
You checked
see.
the tags again, didn't you?
Nope.
All right, so Jesse says Shantae, sadly incorrect. John and Johnny both say ukulele. Gonna have to check with the judges. Okay.
Wait.
So this is not ukulele. This is the sequel, Ukulele and the Impossible Lair.
Oh,
There's two of these games? I did not
Yeah.
know
There
this.
is.
Wow.
So,
See,
like, if we were doing a Mega Man game and someone said Mega Man 2 and it was Mega Man 5, that would be incorrect.
yeah, but Mega
all
Man
right, whoever's
isn't
whoever's
just
in-
like a different version of Mega Man 2, where they took Mega Man 2 and made it into a similar, like a different genre game, such as Ukulele becoming a 2D platformer thing, as they've done here. So, I don't know. Yeah, maybe
I mean,
just
Jesse brings up a good point. Whoever is controlling the scoreboard, remove a point from John and Johnny.
That's John. I don't think he's going to do it.
Damn it.
all that does is confuse things. But hey, here we are, taking the point seriously. I
Oh,
see.
he did it. Oh, son of a bitch. All right.
Yeah.
That's true. John is in charge of the scoreboard. A point has been removed from John and Johnny, and for some reason, John's total is still 624. It's the goddamnedest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Anyway,
but-
so not ukulele, but its sequel.
Yes.
Is this game good, David? Is this game worth playing? Because I heard that the first ukulele actually was kind of a fiasco.
See, that's one of the things that I thought was interesting because ukulele, everybody threw money at the Kickstarter, was super excited. Then it came out and nobody discussed it. The sequel came out.
Happened, didn't it?
The sequel came out, and this game is actually really fucking good. Because it's not the original ukulele is like a 3D free roaming platformer Banjo-Kazooie type game. And this game is much more of a 2D like Donkey Kong Country style game. But it's not just a straight 2D platformer. They actually add some really interesting mechanics to it. One of which is the titular impossible lair. So like the main crux of the story is the evil bee corporate guy, whatever, nobody played the first ukulele, like
Right.
he wants to take over and everything, so he sets up his impossible layer you have to get through, and it kind of pulls a Breath of the Wild, where as soon as you start the game you can immediately go to the impossible layer and try to beat it, and you won't because it's fucking ridiculously hard. But as you go through the levels, there's a new character who's like a queen bee who the evil bee has like taken things over. So like you meet her and she's like, please rescue my soldiers. I'm sure they'll help you. So every time you beat a level, you get a bee soldier who in the final level basically serves as a hit point. So like the more of the game that you beat, the easier the final level gets.
Gotcha. I thought you were going to say it pulled a Breath of the Wild and Yuka and Laylee had both died and 100 years had passed and they were resurrected to face, the Calamity Bee. But no, instead it just, I like that idea. Like, okay, it's like you have to get through this very hard final level. Give it a shot if you want. Like, shit. No, that's not yet. I'll be back with some powers. All right. Well, we'll be here waiting.
And the other cool thing is there's a 3D overworld for all of the levels. So like you can walk around, you can explore. There's characters to talk to. There's places to like puzzles to solve and all that kind of thing. But there are also things you can do to manipulate the overworld. So like there will be a level, you can go into the level, you can play it and whatever, you can come back out, and in the overworld you can like knock over a bee's nest and spill honey. And then if you go back into the level, there are sections where there's honey all over the place, so you can stick to walls and get to new places. So like every single level has two different versions based on how you mess around with the overworld.
Cool.
And then sometimes it's literally a thing where it's like, oh, there's honey on this wall, now I can wall jump and get to this other area. And then in other levels, like it completely floods it and turns it into a water level, and now it's basically a brand new level. So it's a really fucking cool game.
Yeah, good. I'm glad they made a really cool game because again, like it's strange. I feel like we've gotten this far in the show without featuring the first game, and it came out like the year that we started making the show, and it seemed like it's got legendary video game music composer David Wise. It's got our boy Grant Cokerp. We can probably count on that being on the show at some point, and none of us played it, and it's just not come up. And I'm like, so that game just not happened like that? Is Yooka-Laylee a game that just doesn't exist? And it's like, oh no, I guess they still feel like they've got something because they decided to sequel it up. So I'm glad they were able to make something with it. It's I don't know. It's cute, and I like that former Rare people made their own studio because they wanted to keep making rare-ish games. So
I feel like that's part of the struggle of this game. It's like, hey, we've created a new like 2D spiritual successor to Donkey Kong Country fun platforming game. It's our sequel to Yooka-Laylee, and everyone wrote it off. It's like, no, come back. This game's good though.
Right. You can ignore the ukulele part. Just honestly play the game. It's fun. Don't worry about the beats.
I do want to thank you, John, for bringing up the legendary composers, because this game has 4 composers, Playtonic Games, Matt Griffin, and Dan Murdoch, but they also brought back both David Wise and Grant Kirkhope to compose songs for this game. So,
Hell
yeah, the soundtrack's fucking great.
Yep, as it should be.
Dude,
I mean,
I'm personal friends with David Wise, so I'm like attached to this soundtrack. It's quite good.
I don't like this. I don't like that Johnny, by virtue of going to MagFest once, now gets to claim David Wise. This is weird.
Well,
Like,
go to MagFest to steal David Wise from me, guys.
yeah, I fucked him. You guys have to fuck him away from me.
Excuse me, are you legendary video game composer David Wise? I am. Can I give you head?
Yeah, exactly.
What? It's like, just trust me, it's a podcast thing.
Yeah, exactly. My friend says I have to come in your saxophone. Well, all right.
I get it. Yo, scavenger hunts, man.
Oh, you must be from Game That Tune.
I love that
Johnny
show.
John Harrington, eh? Yes, David. Nice to finally meet you. You're a legend.
I love your
Shut up.
impression of me.
I can't come when someone's talking to me like this. Don't play that saxophone right now. I don't know what those vibrations are going to do. Yeah, no, what a fucking legend, that David Wise. I'm all about that guy. I still can't believe we got him for like our radio ads. We got to get him back to record a fresh one, talking good about ukulele. Like, legendary video game music composer from the Ukulele and the Impossible Lair soundtrack, David Wise. What a fella. Or he comes on and disavows any knowledge of ever having met John Regan, one or the other. I'm David Wise, and I don't know this man. Please stop sending me letters. But we should move on from him to Grant Kirkhope. We need to get him on the show at some point. He seems like a nice fellow too, and I think Johnny can also claim him because I follow Kirkhope on Twitter. He's kind of a ska dork, and it's. I love the guys. There's something relentlessly charming about a middle-aged British guy that's like loves ska, and then something significantly less charming about Johnny's love for ska. So I don't know. Somehow it works with Grant. It doesn't work with John. It's a paradox, is what it is. It's a quandary. That's all I gotta say about it.
I was gonna say, none of that has to do with ukulele, but okay.
It has to do with the composers of ukulele and how charming they are and how much I love them.
Well, I mean, they make charming music, which they put into a charming game that I
Yeah.
don't think many people played because it's the sequel to a not as charming game.
Right, Johnny, why aren't you on Steam right now buying this game?
Is it on Steam?
Yes.
It's,
Yes,
and
this game is available on Steam, Windows, Xbox One, PS4, and Switch.
now, see, is that the next thing that they need to do? They need to put ukulele in more of like a Project Warlock setting, like do a little first-person shooter, a little cute 'em up featuring these characters.
I would actually be
That'd be weird.
really okay if they went full like Banjo-Kazooie and had Yuka grabbing Laylee and using like a Sonic Cannon version.
Yes, all the yeses. That's fantastic. I think it'd be pretty great. I feel like it would fit like in the Rabbids mold, like just nonsense, colorful, silly, cartoony. Like they could make it, man. They could make a first-person shooter out of these guys, no problemo. So yeah, once they do that, then Johnny will probably just go buy that.
I'm buying it right now.
Hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
TBD.
You bought 2 games?
3 games. I bought Ukulele 1 and 2 in a bundle just now for $18.
Wow. Whoa.
Big
Okay.
roller. Fuck.
Big spender on games he's never gonna play.
I
Johnny,
feel like you're way less likely to play those.
yeah.
That's the whole thing about Steam is you buy a lot of games you never actually play. That's what you do on Steam.
I thought the point was that you didn't spend real money on them, though. I thought you paid 10 cents for a Humble Bundle and you just built up a library of shit you'll never play. I didn't think you'd just go in there and drop $20.
That's what I did before, but now,
Uh-huh.
fuck it. I'll just buy it and then play it eventually or never. Whatever.
Sure.
I like everyone that made this game. They can get my money. It's fine.
That's true. Exactly. You could have like a decent pizza, or you could have a few games. So, what's the difference? Ukulele, The Impossible Lair, as good as a decent pizza.
As someone who has both played Ukulele and The Impossible Lair and eaten decent pizza, I agree with this.
Cool. Yeah, I was gonna say, Jam. We got our charming games expert and pizza expert all in one person. It's David. Yeah, David's eaten nothing but pizza for the last 25 years. So
No, that's not right. Hold on, David. How old are you? 33, 34.
Yes, I'll be 34 in August.
Okay, so for the past 33 years, Dave has eaten nothing but pizza.
I came out of the womb reaching for deep dish.
his mom tried breastfeeding, said, "Oh, this ain't working. Have a bite of pizza."
I'm sorry,
He became
Mom,
a real
but
big eater after that.
I expected mozzarella cheese to come out of your breast, and it didn't. So you gotta order a pizza.
It was all implied in David's infant body language. Jesus Christ, man. I was trying not to mention Italian food coming out of David's mom's breasts, but you just went for it, pal.
I like the idea of my infant body language. Like baby me was just going,
Yeah.
No. Like, yeah, instead of saying Baba, you're going Moz.
It's getting less great as we continue this joke.
It's getting more great.
No, it's Johnny, David. Yeah,
I'd say almost as great as Ukulele in The Impossible Lair, which is a very great game.
Yeah, these
and I
jokes are
highly recommend it.
Breast full of cheese. They're a decent pizza quality. It's not great jokes, John. They're just fine. With the tip and everything, it's these jokes. I don't know if they're ultimately worth it, but Ukulele and The Impossible Lair, pretty worth it. So I can't wait for Johnny streaming all these games he bought tonight. He's definitely going to play them. No chance that he never plays these games ever. He's definitely going to really play those games. David, anything else on your fantastic selection with fantastic soundtrack, Ukulele and The Impossible Lair?
No, good game. Great soundtrack. If you passed on it before, give it a shot.
Shit, yeah, man. Johnny, start the calculated computer.
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps. Boops. Scoring complete. This game's winner is John Regan.
What the fuck?
What do you know?
Well, we had a 3-way tie for everybody besides me.
Wait, how did we have a 3-way tie when I got one correct? I'm pretty sure everybody got more than that.
Nope.
You all got one correct, baby. You took my fucking points at the end of the game, so I took your order, and that left it a 3-way tie at 1 point apiece, and Johnny with 0, which is a classic Johnny win.
This is how I usually win.
Yeah. Yes. Johnny's like Adam Sandler's in Uncut Gems. This is how he wins.
He did not win in that movie. Have you seen that movie? It does not end well.
It's just the fucking meme they show. This is how I win. Like Johnny getting 0 points. They're like, we're gonna tweet that fucking meme from the Game That Tune account in like 5 minutes. So just be prepared. Anyway, Johnny, you have won, which is a terrible situation to put the show in, because you now have to pick a theme for our next episode.
Well, let's see. I usually just go with free play, and that's kind of what I want to do. I'm trying to find our latest free play jingle because it's been a minute. Do I have one loaded up?
I think the latest free play jingle might have been the episode 200 one.
Oh yeah, play that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Then we'll have time for your 35 seconds of bonus music.
Yeah, I don't have that. So, what I'm going to say is next week's theme is shenanigans.
What the hell does that mean?
It means whatever you want. Any game that you think has shenanigans in it.
Johnny,
gone horribly wrong.
It's only good because somebody in the Discord chat called out shenanigans for Johnny winning, so you can tell that's what he did. His theme is literally the last thing he saw.
Stay out of the fucking Discord, John. God damn it.
If it wasn't for Discord, John's theme probably would have been games with microphones.
So okay. So we had games with lava, we had games with muscles. I think I would like to combine those two and say games with cartoon characters.
What?
Any game with
The joke was hot muscles, and we all picked like a Choaniki game, but no.
I was gonna say it's like games with muscles, games with lava, games with hot dudes. Like, okay, cartoon characters. What?
All right, so
least
do
it's
any
a
of you guys
theme.
have a theme suggestion? Because I'll take it.
Jesus Christ, John. This is pathetic, man.
Have you
This is
been on
why
the show?
This is why I'm not allowed to win.
This is wild, man. Like, you know, I've
Okay.
fed you so many themes over the years. Like, you know, it's summertime. You can pick summertime gems. I literally just compared you to Adam Sandler and Uncut Gems. You can pick games with gems.
Adam Sandler games.
You could pick games based on Adam Sandler movies. You could pick, you know, I mean,
Games with product placement.
we've been doing this for so long. How are you not so good? How are you bad at free association at this point? It's ridiculous.
I do like games with gems. That's a good idea. I feel like a lot of games have gems. That's a common collectible item.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's my theme for next week. Games with gems.
Yes.
Done.
Fantastic selection, John. Not to be confused with Game That Tune Gems, the Patreon exclusive show that we tend to make from time to time. This is not going to be music from 30, 20, and 10 years ago. It's going to be games featuring precious stones. We want a little glimmer in our eyes, the rubies, the emeralds, diamonds, and sapphires. I'm going to stop myself before I run out of gems to name. I was able to get a few in there. So yeah, John, actually, fantastic theme. Sounds like maybe we're going back to your cave theme, but it'll be fine. It'll be good. So yeah, great show coming up next week. And thank you, Johnny, for that. And thank you everybody so much for listening tonight. Thanks to everybody watching live with us. We're live every Wednesday night. We're on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Search for Game That Tune. Thanks to everybody listening in podcast form. Our podcasts come out on Tuesday mornings in iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. So check us out there. Listen, rate them, review them, share them with your friends. Trap somebody in your car and force them to listen to the newest episode of Game That Tune. Maybe don't trap them, but trap them by taking them on a nice long road trip together. Like, if you and a friend are just hanging out and it's like, man, should we listen to the radio? No, motherfucker. You should listen to this episode of Game That Tune. You're gonna love it, or you're gonna hate it. You just never know with this show. Thanks to everybody checking out patreon.com/Game That Tune. It's the home for awesome exclusives. We've got, as I mentioned before, Game That Tune Gems, where we listen to music from 30, 20, and 10 years ago. We've got Jesse's Covered Up Show. We've got mixtapes. We've got movie commentaries. We've got a lot of fun. So thank you to everybody checking us out there and supporting the show. Special thanks, though, to our super fan tier producers, Alex Messenger, Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, Bradford Stevens, Daniel Perkey, Dominic Guy, Chrono, Taylor Y, Sam L. You guys are all fantastic fellas, and I can still do that list from memory. Thank you to our requester, Silver Nova. They sent us their request in Discord. So check us out in our Discord server. Join us, chat along with us, make some requests, or just hang out with our unusually horny, chatty bunch of people that follow this show. Or hit us with your requests via email, gamethattune@gmail.com, or on Twitter @gamethattune, or you can find us individually on Twitter. I'm there @jgangsta187. You can find David Fleming on Twitter
DFT Fleming.
You can find Jesse Moore on Twitter
Sega_legend.
And you can find John Regan, this week's winner, the unfortunate king of Game That Tune, on Twitter
JP Regan Jr.
Hell yeah, Johnny. So you've got 35 seconds of bonus tunes that you've been teasing throughout the show, and I guess you finally get to play them. So what's the story with these tunes, man?
This is the opening Theme from Radical Rex for the Sega CD.
So it's going to be a radical set of bonus tunes.
It's incredibly radical.
One might say, rather radical tunes.
It's the Super Nintendo. I thought so. The Sega Genesis did not have any vocals. The Super Nintendo had some vocals, and the Sega CD next levels both of them. This is the best version of the opening theme.
Johnny, hold on. Are you giving me a hot, like a bonus tunes hot take that CD audio quality surpassed that of the Sega Genesis Super Nintendo?
No, I'm not.
Wow, Yeah, the expertise that we have on this show. This is going to be fantastic. So thanks for listening, everybody. Peace out.
In a burst of fire, Rex was on the scene, packing one mean flame and an awesome scream, flying across the world on his mean skateboard. He's the coolest dino dude who ever scored. For his friend Rex Sand, he crossed the land, and he'll save the whole race with a single hand. So to all the bad dinosaurs, you best beware. Rex is on the loose, taking dairy, yeah. He's so rad, he's my real cool radical Rex. Radical Rex. He's so rad, he's my real cool radical Rex. Radical Rex. He's so rad, he's my real cool radical Rex. My real cool radical Rex. He's my real cool radical Rex. Radical Rex.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good, man. Wow, how much of that game's budget did they put into getting Rev Run to do the fucking theme song like that? Johnny, it's only 35 seconds. Play it again.
All right.
Radical Rex. In a burst of fire, Rex was on the scene, packing one mean flame and an awesome scream, flying across the world on his mean skateboard. He's the coolest dino dude who ever scored. For his friend Rex Sand, he crossed the land, and he'll save the whole race with a single hand. So to all the bad dinosaurs, you best beware. Rex is on the loose, taking dairy, yeah. He's so rad, he's my real cool radical Rex. Radical Rex. He's so rad, he's my real cool radical Rex. Radical Rex. He's so rad, he's my real cool radical Rex. My real cool radical Rex. He's my real cool radical Rex. Radical Rex.
Man, there's a lot to unpack there, but I'll just do the copyrights. Radical Rex is copyright 1994, Beam Software and Activision. Super Mario 3D Land is copyright 2011, Nintendo of America Incorporated. The Wonderful 101 is copyright 2013, Platinum Games and Nintendo of America Incorporated. Project Warlock is copyright 2018, Buckshot Software. Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair is copyright 2019, Platonic Games.
Oh, whoops.
Nice.
Radical Rex. In a burst of fire, Rex was on the scene, packing one mean flame and an awesome scream, flying across the world